Reason why most people will likely fail in their life is they have too much limiting beliefs. Today's video, I'm gonna dive into deep into that and give you the solutions for it. So, a limiting belief could be about anything. You has heard something say, your parents say, you can't make that much money at a young age. You break it, and then you have the once you break a limiting belief, you have the ability to break every limiting belief you have because you have the confidence to do one. Okay, so in my case, my family said like you can't make that much money, we are in a third world country, this and that, so much drama. Okay, but I have done it in a third world country, 10K at a very young age. Done it. Champion, I must say that. Okay, so in your case, first of all, find the source of limiting belief. You might have the limiting belief that you want to start a business and you feel scared of starting it. Okay, figure out why is that. Is there a uncle that business failed and you heard in your childhood that his business failed and his family left him, this and that? Is there a case that like that? Is there a case in your neighborhood that somebody started a business quitting his job and now he lives on the street? You need to find your limiting beliefs. Once you figure that out, most likely it is because of your family's surroundings. There is so high, like there is 0% chance of it having from a stranger. Okay, that's not how our mind comprehend things. So when once you figured out a limiting belief, you need to figure out what this person wants me to do. Okay, so let's just say, like, wants you to do, not in that sense, like what does he want from you? Okay, let's just say it's your mother and she says going out is very bad, going out on a night out is very bad. So I think it depends on the situation. Like you are drinking whole night, and there is two perspective of this. Like you are drinking whole night and you get into an accident and you have a fatal crash and your legs gone away. So she's right. Okay, but now the second case will be you make so much memories and you get home safely and you have something to tell for whole of your life. There could be limiting belief about anything, your personality, your hair, like you can't grow your hair. I have heard this limiting belief, you can't grow your hair too much because they get thin, this and that. You can't look attractive, you can't smell good, you can't this, all the things. First of all, you need to realize there are limiting beliefs, they limit themselves to you. If they think they can't do it, they think you can't also do it, because everybody thinks, which person will say he's a loser? Okay, some anomaly might say he's a loser, but we are not talking about anomalies here. We are talking about real, genuine people. So nobody will say that. Now you need to figure out the thing with limiting beliefs is it is very hard for you to overcome them, because if you really think about it, I could just say you could make so much money. You heard it. You will say, yes, or no, I have heard it. But then I'm going to tell you, you're going to make so much money. 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 And you will get irritated like, I have heard it. But your subconscious mind didn't heard it. That's why all this manifestation, this and that works. Because your mind hasn't heard anything. Let's just say your mind has two pathways. The first one is you, and the second pathway is the real one that controls your mind. If something gets through the first gate, it will enter your mind in deep subconscious and you will think like that. That's why manifestation works. And let me tell you, manifestation doesn't work in that sense like you sit at home and say, I'm gonna get a Bugatti. No, you will never get a Bugatti like that. When you are an ambitious working person and you work for a whole life, okay, not even whole life, like you work for hard at a very moment, and you manifest and you break limiting beliefs, then you will get that. Okay, then manifestation works. That's why many billionaires say manifestation work and many billionaires say it doesn't work. Why it doesn't work for somebody? It doesn't work for somebody because they didn't take action. Action is very important. And to literally help you cutting out these limiting beliefs, I'm going to give you one secret advice, is to cut out the source of the limiting belief and listen to the person who is saying opposite of that. let's just say your family says making money is hard at very young age, and you are listening to me. I have made good money at a young age. I will say 10.3k or 2k around 32 days mark. Okay, and I'm in a third world country and I'm 16 years old. And when I made the money, I was 15. And I didn't make it selling courses, this and that. I made it selling full-fledged business. Okay, that's what I like about it. If I sold a course, okay, and I know people say like selling courses, this and that. Real money is real money. Everybody knows that. Okay, and I'm gonna get into the another business part later on in my life after 18, this and that. So you need to cut out people who have limiting belief, and you need to listen to people who doesn't have that limiting belief. If somebody in your family says you can't make that much money at an young age, and you listen to me and cut them out, your limiting belief will change over time. Now there is not an exact period like you listen to me for 21 days and your limiting belief change. That depends on you. Okay, so exercise I could give to you is move out of where you are living, change the environment, and then record yourself saying the limiting belief in opposite way. Okay, when you record that self, let's just say it is I can't build an aesthetic body. Listen to yourself whenever you wake up in the morning and whenever you sleep at night. It will be amazing for you. You will feel like you could do anything. There is no one stopping you. And in reality, there is no one stopping you. Only you are stopping yourself. Some motivational. Nice. Okay, that's it for the video. There is nothing more to talk about this on this topic. Limiting beliefs will literally drain you. In the starting, it is very hard, but in as you move forward in life, it gets very easy. You need to just get through the first limiting belief, and everything will change after that. See you in the next one.